Stepping on that. Oh, yeah. Just got to play aggressive.
Couldn't keep it. Tucker. Not cherishing the ball the way they usually do.
Hey, doesn't even know what he's doing.
Gay.
No way.
Absolutely monstered. Alright, we got him chopped down.
Just gonna slide him.
Oh, I got a foot on that. That was sick.
Oh, that's kind of good.
Oh, terrific pass. The timing was perfect. Well, let's see what they have in store for them.
Cut it. Yep. Alright.
The referee has decided there will be just 1 minute of added time.
I just stayed on the ground, I would have got it.
Tony.
Oh my God.
Just auto
Where's
Xing.
that guy at?
Yeah, you're just annoying the crap out of that guy.
He was gonna do it to him anyway.
I'm just gonna exit to Diaz. Oh, look at that.
He's like, dude, why is my player so dead right now?
Oh, I'm in.
Oh!
Yes, we got a goal. We got a header goal. What's up, guys? This is Lesky, and I'm back to another pro player build for FIFA 22 Pro Clubs. In today's video, we're going to be looking at this Maldini center back build. This is going to be my second center back build for a pro player build, like based on an actual player. My first one was over Van Dijk, and I believe this is like my fourth center back build. I have two other center back builds I made earlier in the year that wasn't actually based on a real player. But if you're interested in just center back builds in general, you can go and check all three of those videos out. But this time we're going to be focusing on a Paolo Maldini center back build, which I had a few of you guys request in my comments. So let's get started and take a look at the height and weight for this build. When creating this Maldini build, I looked at his icon cards that he has on Ultimate Team. He has 4 of them, an 88 rated, 92, 94, and then the Prime Moments, which is a 95 rated center back card. And I'm actually kind of going to be looking at that one a good amount because we can kind of compete when it comes to pace with that card and a bit on physicals. And then his dribbling's not very good on all of his cards, and same with passing. But I'll be looking at all 4 of those cards. The one I'll kind of be looking at the least is the lowest rated card, actually, the 88 rated card, because he's listed as a left back. I guess when he started playing earlier in his career when he's young, he started playing as a left back, but then all the other 3 cards are center backs. So looking at the height and weight, I went for 6'2". He is listed as 6'1" on all of his cards, but the reason I went 6'2" is we can have the same exact stats being 6'2" compared to 6'1". So you could go 6'1" and be completely accurate, but you might as well go an extra inch taller and be 6'2", which is pretty important to be a little bit taller as a center back build. So that's what I did. You're not going to lose pace or anything. The stats will be the exact same, so you might as well go 6'2". And then the weight, I went for 174 pounds. He has an average body type is what it says, and 174 pounds fits that perfectly. And then preferred foot, he is righty. And just to let you guys know, both me and my teammate were using this build at center back. We were both using the same exact build. So a lot of the clips in this video will be of both of us, so keep that in mind. Let's go to the perk page now. For the first perk, I decided to go for last defender, and the reasoning behind this is because we have everything on the defensive page filled out, everything you can possibly get. So we pretty much just have max defensive stats, and what the last defender will do is that it says it increases your defending attributes when you are the last player back. So it'll increase all your defensive attributes. I'm not too sure how it actually works, if it only triggers like when you're literally the last defender back or what. But like on the top right where it shows your perks while you're in game, it's glowed up the entire time, like it's active the entire time. So if for some reason I think it's actually working the entire time, I'm not too sure. It's a little bit confusing, but I think it's a good perk, especially because it increases not just your tackling ability like the ball winner does. It only increases your tackling, but it increases all your defensive attributes, like your defensive awareness and interceptions also. So that's quite nice, and it'll basically get all of our stats to like 99 defensive stats because we have the full defensive page maxed out, and then it'll bump up all those pretty much to 99. I'm just not too sure how it exactly works when you're like the last defender back, because it's always active. It doesn't like pop up on your screen when you're the last defender back like saying, oh, it's active now. It's literally always glowed up the entire time, if y'all know what I'm saying. For the second perk, I went for physical strength. And the reason we did this is because we don't have the bull archetype on this center back build. I think on most of my center back builds I have made, I go for the bull archetype. But he doesn't have that much strength on his cards. It's like mid 80s, low 80s. So I decided to not go for the bull archetype on the skill tree, and then just to make up for that, we go for the physical strength to bump it up a bit more. And it'll also increase our jumping, which is very nice. Good for a center back, having good strength and jumping. So we went for physical strength for the second one. And then the third perk, you can kind of switch this one up if you want. All of his cards, he really doesn't have that good of passing. Other than that last card, that 95 rated card, he has pretty good passing stats. But all the other ones, his passing stats aren't that great. So I decided to go precision pass. I feel like it's very helpful for a center back build, being able to do like A passes, X passes across the field to switch them, to just hit it up to your striker's chest or whatever it may be. Make hard driven passes on the ground to your striker's feet, or to find your midfielder for them to turn and then play the ball upfield. I feel like the precision pass is very nice, and also it gives you the 5-star weak foot. And Maldini has a 4-star weak foot on all of his cards, but I decided not to go for a 4-star weak foot on the shooting page because I just think it's a waste of skill points. So having this precision pass, every single A and X pass that you make on Xbox, or X and square pass that you make on PlayStation, it will give you the 5-star weak foot, so you don't have to worry about that. Just keep in mind, if you do like through balls, you won't have the 5-star weak foot. You'll have to have this one on, but I definitely think the precision pass is more important for a center back build. But if you want, like, what you could sub out, if you don't think the last defender is that needed, you could go for both the passing perks and put threaded pass if you want to increase the passing ability even more. Or instead of last defender, you could try ball winner, but once we get to the defensive page, you'll see our defensive stats are very cracked and it's really not necessary. You could also go one-time shot. The reason I didn't go one-time shot is because he doesn't have power header on any of his cards. If he had power header, the power header trait, I would definitely go for one-time shot because it gives you the power header trait and it increases your heading ability on one-time shots, which all your headers you're going to take are pretty much one-time shots, I think, anyways. So I think it's pretty good for a center back build, and it's way better than set piece beacon. If you're going to want to run set piece beacon, you might as well run one-time shot, even if you're going to be a center back. I've said that in like all my center back builds that I've had one-time shot on. So that's another alternative if you don't want the last defender and you want to be deadly on like set pieces or going up like towards the end of the game. The power header will be helpful, and it'll also increase the finishing ability, because I didn't really score that many goals with this build when it came to corners or just running in the box and trying to score with my head, because I didn't have the power header. And it makes a huge difference, and it's a lot easier for keepers to save your headers if you don't have that trait. So that could be a very good alternative if you want to take off like one of the passing perk or the last defender. But these are the 3 perks that I rocked with. Let's now move on to the skill tree. Here we go. So on the physical page, as I mentioned, I did not go for the bull archetype for this build. And what that kind of allowed us to do is to get this acrobat archetype and also upgrade the defensive stats fully, which is what you will see. But instead of going for the bull archetype, I also went for max reactions, which can be very important for a center back build. What it does, it'll just help your player react to certain situations where the ball's just bouncing around, and it'll also help for like 50-50 duels. Your guy will be like the fastest to react to that loose ball. And it's just very good for really any position. I'm a huge fan of reactions, a very underrated stat, but especially for a center back build, I think it's nice to have. So I went for the full reactions upgrade, and what you're going to do is going to go all the way down to this reactions right here, which will give you +5 reactions for 3 skill points. This one will give you +3 reactions for 3 skill points. And then on the right side, we're going to get this stamina and reactions right here. This reactions gives us +4 for 2 skill points. And then all the way down to the acrobat archetype, which it will give us +5 jumping and +6 stamina. So you don't really have to worry about the stamina for a center back build, even though it's really not that much of a problem. And then it'll upgrade the jumping, which is quite nice. Kind of what he has on all of his cards. He really doesn't have that much jumping or strength for a center back. Like on his 92 rated center back card, he has 82 jumping and 83 strength. So we have exactly 83 strength, and then we have 1 less jumping, and then we have the physical strength perk on top of these stats already. So our strength and jumping are basically better than what he has on that 92 rated card. And then we look at his 95 rated, highest rated card. He is 86 jumping and 87 strength. So with the physical strength on, we basically have what he has on that 95 rated card, if not more. On his 92 rated card, the center back card, he has 95 reactions, so we're spot on there. His 94 rated one, he has 95 also, and then his 95 rated one, he has 96 reactions, so only one less reactions compared to that highest rated card he has. Let's move to the defending page now. This is my first time using a build with the defensive page fully maxed out. If we take everything off, we look at the base stats. We have 83 interceptions, 79 defensive awareness, 81 stand tackle, and 81 slide tackle, and those will upgrade drastically. We're going to go all the way down to the Guardian, get this interceptions, get the slide tackling and stand tackling, literally just get everything, and then make sure you get this second part, which will give you +4 slide tackling for 4 skill points, which isn't necessary, but we might as well, because when we look at his cards, his defensive stats are just crazy high, and this will get us very close to what he has. On his 92 rated center back card, he has 96 interceptions, 94 defensive awareness, 96 stand tackling, and 95 slide tackling. So we have the interceptions spot on, and then everything else is a little bit less, but we do have that last defender perk on. So once that activates, or however it works really, we'll basically have higher stats than what he has, and pretty much just 99 stats all over, because it upgrades all the defensive attributes, which is why I think it's a good perk. And this is probably the best defending you can get on a build, unless maybe you change the height and weight. Maybe some of the defensive stats can change up a bit, but this is the best defensive stats you can get for a 6'2", 174-pound center back, and it is extremely locked down. And like I said, we're pretty close to what he has on his cards when it comes to the defensive ability. So nice and simple on this defensive page. Just make sure you get literally everything. Now let's move to the dribbling page, where we only have 2 things here. And this was just like some extra skill points. So I decided we might as well put it on this agility and then put it on this balance. They're both only 1 skill point and give you +2 each. So you might as well. He actually doesn't have very good like agility and balance stats on any of his cards. Like, we actually have more agility and balance than all of his cards. Even his 95 rated card, he has 68 agility and 70 balance. We have 71 agility and 77 balance. So our agility and balance, like to start with, like the base stats are already better, so we can't really do anything about that. And I just felt like upgrading even more won't hurt, so that's what I did. You can also put it on ball control if you feel like the 79 ball control is a little bit more important. You could do that if you'd like, but really nothing else to talk about here on the dribbling page. Like I said, he has lower agility and balance than us. His ball control on his 95 rated card is 75. We have 77. His dribbling is 62. We have 65. So all of our dribbling stats are actually better than his. On to the passing. I wanted to upgrade the passing page a bit for this Maldini build. On top of that, we have that passing perk already on this build. But really, these skill points that we have here, these 5 skill points, and those 2 skill points that we had on the dribbling page, so 7 skill points total, were kind of just extra to mess around with after we got the acrobat on the physical page, the max reactions, and then fully maxing out the defensive page and pace. We had some extra skill points to put somewhere. And you might as well upgrade the passing, because it's a really good value anyways. For 1 skill point, you get +2 short pass. For 2 skill points, you get +4 long pass. And then 2 skill points again, you get +3 short pass. And then looking at his cards, it's pretty accurate to like his 94 rated center back card. That card has 69 vision, 87 short pass, 79 long pass, 36 curve, which our curve is better. He has 76 crossing. His crossing's a bit better. That's not going to be very important for a center back build anyways. But he has 87 short pass. We have 88. He has 79 long pass. We have 78. And then he only has 1 more vision than us anyways. So pretty much spot on with that 94 rated card he has on Ultimate Team. And yeah, nothing else really to talk about here for this passing page. On to shooting, which, as I mentioned, we could have went for the 4-star weak foot because he has the 4-star weak foot on all of his cards. but I really didn't want to waste 8 skill points to upgrade the long shots and shot power and to get this weak foot, especially when we already have that precision pass perk on, which will give us 5-star weak foot for short and long passes. There's really no point. So we just kept these stats how they are. What we could have possibly upgraded is the heading accuracy, but you kind of have to get some extra stuff just to get to heading accuracy. Like once you get the second part of this, then you can get like +4 heading, or you'll have to go all the way down here to get more heading. It's kind of just a waste of skill points also. So I decided not to go for any heading accuracy, even though he has pretty good heading on all of his cards. We only have 80. So that's another good reason. Like if you want to get that one-time shot perk, you can. It'll upgrade the heading and give you that power header trait, so you can be more of a threat like on set pieces or when you just go up into the box like towards the end of the game and trying to score a late goal. That could be pretty helpful. On to the last page, which is pace. I decided to go for the full pace upgrade, which this is actually faster than all of his cards he has. Even that 95 rated card, he has 86 acceleration and 87 sprint speed on that one. I decided to just go fully upgrade. Like we don't necessarily need this acceleration right here. He has like +1 sprint speed on pretty much all of his cards. Except for like 1 or 2, I think he has like exactly even acceleration and sprint speed. But for the most part, it's something around here, like when it comes to pace, if you want to be very accurate and use these 3 skill points somewhere else. But like where else would you put it? Pace is important as a center back build to keep up with those pacey strikers, wingers that are going to be running in behind all the time. And especially acceleration to make you feel a little bit more responsive and quicker in situations where you're trying to cut and stay in front of a defender. So I decided might as well just go for the max pace and get that 90 acceleration with that 88 sprint speed for this Maldini build. And that's going to do it for this Maldini center back build. One of the best defensive builds I've used, even though we don't have the bull archetype to get that crazy upgraded strength. We have the physical strength to bump it up a bit, so you're still very strong and you can body people. But the defensive stats is what's crazy about this build. Everything is filled out here. And basically 99 defensive stats with the last man defender perk on top of these stats right here. So give this build a try. Let me know in the comments what you think about it. And if you could hit that like button on this video and then hit that subscribe button on my channel if you aren't already subscribed, I would greatly appreciate that. Thank you guys for watching. Y'all have a great rest of y'all's day and peace out.